As opposed to normal electronic music, like there's a tendency to generate ambience, or there's not enough emphasis in rhythm. So I created this synth and it opened a whole door for me. It made me realize, hey, I can make stuff. I can make instruments the way I hear music and not the way somebody else hears it. Hello, I'm Efraín Rosas. I'm from Peru. I'm keyboardist and composer at La Mecánica Popular. What moves me is experimenting with Afro-Latin musics and experimental electronics. For me, it was very important to develop a setup that gave me the textures of electronic music, but also gave me the freedom to play around with Afro-Latin music. So it has been a whole process to develop what I use right now. It's like a little spaceship that I have to build every time I play live.
First of all, I have this little one called Pocket Piano. It's made in Brooklyn. It's really amazing. It has this really cool arpeggiator. It has great possibilities with the arpeggiator for doing polyrhythms with Afro-Latin music. I also have this thing that is almost like a toy but has really cool sounds. It's called the K-Oscillator of Korg. So this is a special instrument for me. I made it. I call it the noise bongos. And it's different from other oscillators. I made it with a note card box, like as you can see. I made it with things that you can buy at a hardware store. And it's different because you can make really cool rhythms with it. Other oscillators don't allow you really to do like Afro-Latin stuff. So I can make the clave. And I can control it with the movement of my hand.
The fact that I'm starting to build my own software now and build also instruments is giving me new possibilities in terms of the interaction with the laptop.
So I actually created my own drum machine, my own software. I coded and programmed it on MaxMSP, which is a programming platform. And I created this drum machine, which sends it's a brain that sends signals to the Volca beats, to the Korg, and to synths that I've created inside of it, so I can do really cool polyrhythms. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of simulate what I do with La Mecánica Popular, which is a 5-piece band. I'm gonna trigger from Ableton Live this typical son montuno percussion pattern, and I'm gonna add a little bit of distortion to that.
My current live setup is based a lot on the possibility of flowing and improvising with electronic instruments.
Bass of salsa. And then I'm gonna use this piano. It's kind of this out of tune, and that's my approach to keyboards. I really like to use it as a percussion instrument, you know, so I can do the typical montuno, like, you know, but then I like to do more percussive stuff.
So I think that's also a big challenge for contemporary musicians because once again, the laptop and electronic instruments sometimes present some obstacles to do that, to generate this flow that is needed in West African or African diaspora-based musics. There is a very special flow, a growth in the energy throughout the set. It's a challenge to combine that with the use of a lot of hardware and electronic instruments. For me, the act of making instruments, it's a political stance also. It's saying, you know what, most of technologies have been developed with a Western sense of rhythm, with a Western sense of music, which is interesting, but there are also other ways of seeing music. So, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna build the instruments that allow me to keep this Latin American sense of collectivity, of dancing, of this Latin American sense of what is the role of the musician in a community.